Hello, hello, I am Sunique and I've just received my latest mailing of the Total Tarot magazine, so I'm going to open it on camera and we'll see what we've got. Ooh, I love it when these arrive, it's so exciting. Okay. So what do we have this time? Okay, so we've got part 36. We've got the tuck box for the tarot deck that's included, which is Tarot of the 78 Doors. One I'm not actually familiar with. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know this deck at all. Never heard of it. So, all new to me. We've got our next two cards for the Golden Art Nouveau, which is the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. We have that beautiful gilding again. Those to one side. Two parts of the deck. And part 37 of the magazine. So part 36, part 37 and the deck. It looks quite intriguing actually. The tuck box and the two cards from the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. Okay, let's put the packaging to one side. So I've just got the bag here for the Golden Art Nouveau. So let's put those away. Beautiful, isn't it? Look at that. So golden, so beautiful. Oh. So that's all the nines complete. It's getting quite a nice chunky deck now. Beautiful. And I love the size of these cards. I know they're going to be difficult to shuffle, of course they are, but just for the detail in the cards, it's worth it. How gorgeous. I'm so in love with his, so, you know, this glint, this golden, some of the low Scarabeo decks now have. Beautiful. Right, I'll put it in its top box. And in the back, look at the inside. Beautiful. One side, and I think what I'll do first is a walkthrough of the cards and then we'll have a little look at the magazines. Okay, knocking the camera there, sorry about that. Okay, so as always we've got, there it is. Lovely little way of opening these cards without damaging them. I think it's really great the way they are done. Got no nails at them. Okay, get rid of that. Okay, so we've got, you can actually see the gap, but once you start shuffling and everything, it's fine, isn't it? So that's the front piece. These are the backs of the cards. Oh, now what does that remind you of? I just had an image of the pearly gates, but we have a key, so the gates are open for us. How nice is that? And we have the card and we have the back one. Okay, so I'll just zoom in and we'll have a little look at the card, shall we? So let's do a side-by-side with the Rider-Waite-Smith to see if there's any differences and what those differences could be. I've got my trusty standard here. So it looks like they're a little bit smaller. Same height, but the width is a bit smaller. Okay, so we have our full but facing the other direction. Actually holding a key instead of a rose. Interesting. Still got the knapsack, No cave. We still have the little dog. It's quite cartoonish, isn't it? That art style, a little bit cartoonish. Okay. Magician. Well, that's quite different. It's actually in contact with all of the magician's tools, which are the suits. So we have the wand, the cup, the sword and the pentacle for each suit at their disposal. High above a mountain there, more up in the clouds, and it seems more in tune with the sword. And we've got a lovely lemniscate as well. I like that. High Priestess is a tarot card reader. Holding the secrets. I like the curtains at the back as well. That's cool. Empress has children. Emperor. So we've still got the ram's heads. And the world that he controls. It's very boxed in, that, isn't it? You could read quite a lot into that, I think. Okay, Hierophant. Okay, so we've still got a hand position a little bit different. It's not the blessing. It's more pointy. Got the key. The keys, but we've got two lambs here instead of the acolytes. The lovers. This is more of an old style type of image with the three people. Okay, we have a chariot in a car. There's so many decks that do this, isn't there? They've got the chariots as an actual car. But here we have a rock star being celebrated. That's a little bit of a different take. And now we've got door. Okay, so justice. Alrighty. Oh, it rather looks like a marital energy. So we've got justice at 11. Let's find it. In that deck. So that's the difference there. But yeah, very much a court image. Outside the court. So now we have, let's put strength to one side because that'll come later. Is our hermit being tempted? The wheel. Okay, so it looks like a seance. And then we come back to strength. Ooh, Houdini. That is strange because, yes, it's voluntary. Both of these are a voluntary state, but in water. Oh, I get it. The hanged man is associated with water, the water element, of course. Still in all, how long can you stay in that position? Not longer, I think. Death. Oh, Father Time. Yeah. Temperance. Devil. Well, they've actually summoned the devil here, the lovers have. So the attachment's voluntary. The Tower. No one falling this time though. And the Star. The Moon. That was the one on the box. Where's the box gone? Okay, so the box has got the Fool on one side and then the Moon on the other. Interesting that the figure here appears pregnant. The Sun, so we're in a labyrinth. The two children. And then Judgment. Actually, it seems to be a devil figure there. Very interesting deck. And the world. So here we are, bringing a new child into the world. It's quite interesting, isn't it? Okay, so cups. So we go to wands. As you know me, if you watch any of my videos, I like to do the suits in a certain order, which is the Golden Dawn order. Just, it's easier for me to look at them that way. So we start with the wands. So a completely different take there for the ace. This person here seems to be like summoning the energy. Oh, wow. So it's stepping from one dimension into another. That's really, yeah, that makes so much sense for a Two of Wands energy. Is this for me? Or should I stay where I am, 1 foot in, 1 foot out? Three of Wands. Wands are on fire here, and we've got a lighthouse on the edge of a cliff. Almost looks like calling for help. Strange. Four of Wands. Okay, so we've got a happy scene here. 5. Oh, come up against a brick wall. Quite literally. 6. The victory one, yes, they're all applauding his success. 7. Defense card, so defending by putting a boulder in place. I wonder what they're defending in there, what they're protecting. We have a lot of keys for the Eight of Wands. 9 of Wands, we're carrying a door here. 10. This person here seems to be trapped behind a glass door. A Page of Wands has got a present. That's got a Romeo feel, which I normally would associate with the Knight of Cups. Yeah, this is a very passive type of energy, which I would not associate with the Knight of Wands. Okay, Queen of Wands. Well, those colours don't really align for me with the Queen of Wands. It almost feels like Queen of Swords type colours. And the King of Wands is outside Stonehenge. Maybe that's Arthur. It seems from what I'm looking at so far, this is a story. Just my first impressions. Let's go with the cups next. Okay, so we're in a christening situation. The ace. Two of Cups for friendship. Exchanging gifts. Getting ready to go out for a party. I like that. Oh, going nowhere. I'm quite happy where we are. Do not disturb. Oh, gosh. Maiden in distress there. 6. Nostalgia card. Reading a story, yes. 7. Dreaming of what could be. 8 of Cups, yeah, that works. 9. Yeah, I see that. 10, yeah. Page of Cups. Water Diviner. Knights. That's beautiful. Queen of Cups. This queen looks like a spirit. And then the King of Cups is a merman. So we're back in a labyrinth here. Getting to the point of the truth. Interesting that the actual sword is downward pointing as opposed to upward pointing. No, that's different. Ooh. Voodoo doll. Oh, someone's upset her. Different take again. These are very different, aren't they? Some aligned, some... See, to me that's a 5 of Pentacles, not a 5 of Swords. Okay. And we're having sort of modern scenes, computers here, and then very old scenes like King Arthur type energy with that other king. 6 of Swords of sailing away, so I think maybe they're looking to plan a trip. Because we've got all these masks here and we've got these maps here, and we're on the internet maybe booking tickets. So it's a modern take. This would means the 9 of Swords to me, not the 8. I'm having a bit of difficulty here. Okay, caged in for the 9. But you're free. Cage doors open. Oh, acupuncture for the 10. What's our page doing? Hiding. What would the Page of Swords be hiding? The Knight. Queen. Gosh. I can sort of see a surgeon as a King of Swords, definitely. But here we've got what appears to be a doctor, maybe. Right, finally onto the Pentacles. This figure has the keys. Quite happy to have the keys to this domain. Synchronised swimming, maybe. We've still got the lemniscate here. It's nice. 3. So instead of working as a team, this person here is working alone. 4. Oh, I've got a bit of an Alice in Wonderland feeling. 5, yes. Well, see that. 6. Gift. 7. Oh, we've still got the agricultural feel here. This Dove of Peace. I'm going to have to sit with these cards, I think. And 8, 9. This figure is normally alone, but this figure here, excuse me, is inviting people in, which isn't what we usually see with a 9 of Pentacles. And 10. So we have a family tree as a tree house. I quite like that. Page. Knocking on the door here again with a present. Knight. Another present. There's a lot of romantic energy in this deck. Oh. Oh, this is cool. I like this one. No rabbit though. Can't see a rabbit. Very wealthy lady. And our king again, a very wealthy king. Okay, so that's the deck. Like I say, I think it's a story deck, this one. There are some nods to the Rider-Waite-Smith, but I think in some of these cards they actually go their own way, don't they? They're not all totally aligned. Some of them are. Very interesting though. It's going to be a very interesting deck to work with, I think. I'm not overly keen on these white borders here. I think they're a bit stark. But yeah, should we have a little look at the magazines now? Okay. Okay, so we'll put these to one side and have a look at the magazines. So, as usual, I can't fit the whole magazine on screen, so I will go up and down so you can see what I'm looking at. So this is the front of part 63. And we have the Fool on the front here. Collect the Tarot of the Doors. Got the High Priestess. Okay, so here we go. Contents. Okay, time predictions. Predicting when. Telling the time. Got the Thelema Tarot there, which we've already had quite a while ago now. It says the astrological symbols of the zodiac are seen in the Thelema Fool can give us clues to the timing of events. Alrighty. Weeks in the minor arcana. So what it says, there's a system that assigns a week of the year to each minor arcana card. So each suit represents a season. Cups, spring. Wands, summer. Swords, autumn. Pentacles, winter. So the Ace is the first week, the 2 the second week, and so on. So how does that work? We've got, what, 13 weeks in a quarter year. Oh, okay. So the Kings represent the week of transition between one season and the next. Okay, so that's one way of doing it. Oh, excuse the motorbike in the background. When will so-and-so happen? So, swords are days, wands are weeks, cups are months, and pentacles are years in this system. And the number of the card from 1 to 10 indicates the number of days, weeks, months, or years. So the 4 of Pentacles would be 4 years. So here we've got major arcana cards as time indicators, and I don't go with this system here. I think this is just an astrological one. So here, Venus, Taurus, Libra, and then we've got the dates for Libra there and the dates for Taurus, I would imagine. So, yeah, they're just going purely astrological. I don't go that way because I'm doing the Deacon Walk. I'll put a link to that below. And I assign the cards to those dates in the Decanic journey. So I wouldn't use this, but yeah, it's one way, I suppose. Another way. What else do we have? Narration, technique, active and passive. So tips on reading. And we've got here the Pre-Raphaelite Tarot, which we've already had. I like that. They're beautiful. The card in detail is the King of Cups. So essential meanings. And then we have a strapline. And we have some keywords and a little bit about the king, and then some of the symbols from the card on the Radiant Wise. I've always wondered, do you see that there? I think it's supposed to be a fish. It's like the scariest looking fish I've ever seen. Maybe Pamela Coleman Smith could not actually draw a fish, I don't know. But it's always, yeah. Weird one. Anyway, so the meaning of that card, the King of Cups, in different situations. Yeah. Description of the card. Actually, what the card shows us. And then we've got examples from different decks. So we have here the Worth, the Angels, Tarot of the Angels, which we had. Was that last one or the one before? Yeah, the last one. That was the last deck that we had. The Tower of the Angels. A dear friend is an oasis of calm and a constant amid turbulent emotions. And then we've got Clint. We've got Clint. Oh, there we have the Clint. I'm not even sure we're going to get that with this Partworks. A bond with a powerful person is created. It breaks in difficult times. Oh, okay, that's different. We have the traditional meanings here of prime and reversed. Physical persona. Here we go again with that old way of looking at the archetype, as in what colour hair, what colour eyes, what colour skin, which really doesn't apply anymore, I don't think. We have that court diagram that we've been having in each one. So the king is upper right. So he's assertiveness and experience. There. Oh, we've got some questions here we could journal about. Then we have depictions from other decks. So we've got the Pre-Raphaelite, which we've already had. Nefertiti's, the Pagan Tarot, parts 54 and 55. What's this? Tarot of the Pagan Cats. Liberty, which is coming in 56 and 57. That's a deck I do have, which is a Thoth-based deck. So yeah, an Aleister Crowley-based deck. It says Mercurial Masculinity. It's very, very different to Rider-Waite-Smith. Tarot of the Dark Grimoire, Fae Tarot, and the manga. Coming in parts 46 and 47, the manga. Oh, here we have our tarot spread. So it's called Opening Doors 1. So part 2 will be an example reading of that, as usual, I would imagine. So this is quite good, isn't it? It's a 9-card spread, so we're getting bigger spreads now. But this is just the major arcana we're using here. And the objective of it is to observe the querent's potential for understanding the most positive options in their life in the present moment. It's very apt for me, actually, at the moment, because I've got a couple of options that I'm looking at, and I'm feeling a little bit 8 of Swords. But there we go. Maybe I'll do that spread tomorrow when I've got a bit more time. So this is how to do that spread. We have instructions on how to do this spread. I like the idea of doors, going in and out of doors. I think that's quite clever, actually. I mean, if you look at this Temperance card, it almost looks like the door won't let Temperance in. Why would the door not let Temperance in? And here the Emperor's actually guarding these doors, by the looks of things. He's not allowing you in there either. So yeah, different ways you could read those. That's not Rider-Waite-Smith. Anyway, each of the cards drawn symbolises a door that can be open or closed. Okay, see, that's what I'm talking about. Anyway, second stage, about elemental relationship, and then how to proceed from there. And a sample spread will come in the next one. Okay. So the deck library is all about tarot of the 78 doors. For beginners, to use the tarot of 78 doors, beginners must understand what each card represents and which door is metaphorically open. To do this, intuition is useful, as are the essential meanings. For example, looking at the image of the Fool, you may think that the invisible door leads inside yourself. Where's the invisible door? Well, it's invisible. I can't see it, but the key's going into the lock of an invisible door there. Okay. On the other hand, the magician's door is wide open to creativity. Right. The High Priestess door is open to mystery, and the Empress's door to motherhood. Okay. The Hierophant's to power. Very powerful, isn't it? Yeah, and so on. Okay. We've got some little meanings for the majors here. Not very large as usual. What's this? What's this? A long list of them? No. What's this? So Okay, so that's a continuation of talking about the deck itself. And there's an advanced approach as well, how to use the deck, and an advanced, I can't say that, an advanced approach. That's interesting. Lots of doors, metaphorically speaking, have a guard, person, circumstance or psychological process that guards the passage from one place to the other. Yeah, that's very true. The psychological things that block us. Anyway, so now we have here the minor arcana meanings, and then we've got a visual of the majors, and then practice makes perfect. Somewhere to go in the magazine to find out where various sections are. Okay, the next one, part 37. This is amazing. I love this image. I think just going through that deck, that's got to be my favourite. My favourite, which is the Two of Wands. I really like that image. It speaks volumes. Okay. Reading the tarot, absentee readings. So, person who's not physically present, as opposed to a face-to-face reading. So, some tips and advice there. Stay focused, about going online. Okay. How to sort of forge a connection when you're miles apart. Sacred space, virtual intimacy, aid and support. Points to remember, some ritual objects you can have by you. Some character readers. Popularised by James Redcliffe in books such as Tarot Tells a Tale. Okay, so that's as if it's a fictional character and making a story there. Oh, interpreting dreams. I'm not one that really remembers my dreams. Tarot reading based on the symbols that crop up in a dream can be very helpful. Okay, so using the tarot to interpret your dreams. Other imagery. Guarding details, the Ace of Pentacles. So we have the essential meanings, a bit about them. Ready for business. Alrighty. And then some keywords, symbols. The meanings in different areas of life, so personal, divination, psyche and soul, what the card shows us, and some questions to journal with, the lesson, some correlations. This is with the Golden Dawn, and the Tree of Life. So Sephiroth is Keter, all the aces are at Keter. Then we have other decks. We have the Eclipse. That looks like, is that Isis? Is that the goddess Isis? With an ibis bird. Oh, I'm obsessed with this Klimt. Every time I do one of these, first look at the Total Tarot magazine, I go straight to the Klimt every time. Oh dear. Tarot of the Angels, which we've already had, and the Worth. So it's always the same three, isn't it, at the top here? It used to be the Marseille and a couple of others, but now they've changed to those. Anyway, traditional meanings. Yeah. And then we have different decks. So here we have Los Scarabeo, that Liberty. Yes, the Thoth through and through Liberty. Runic Tarot, coming in parts 48, 49. It's a very dark imagery on that deck. Not dark as in scary, but dark is hard to see. Yeah, and it's to do with runes. Fae Tarot, Shaman Tarot, Tarot of the Elves, which is coming in 52 and 53, the Dark Grimoire, and Silver Witchcraft Tarot with 42 and 43. Must admit, I've got all these. I've already got them. I don't think I've got Tarot of the Elves, though, but the others I do. Anyway, not to worry. Backup copies are always good. So here is an example reading of that opening door spread. Cards pulled and how it relates to the reading, which is always useful. Okay. And that goes onto this page as well. And then we have a revised spread. So moving cards around for some reason, which I'll have to have a read of. Why would you move the cards around? Okay, we're going with elementals here. Air, water, water, air, water, neutral, water, air. That is really useful for learning the elements, isn't it? Okay, Jean-Baptiste Elliot, or Atelier. So we're going back to tarot history here. There's an engraving of him there working in his studio. That's interesting. I've never seen that picture before. That's really interesting. 1804. So Jean-Baptiste, he was 1738 to 1791, known as Atelier, which is actually his name backwards. If you look, Aliette, backwards. 18th century French astrologer and alchemist, and he was Europe's first celebrity tarot reader. So all a little bit about him. Then we have a visual reference to the minor arcana. Practice makes perfect, so how to further your studies there with the magazine. And then we have a peek at the next 2 issues. So we will be getting After Tarot. So we've had Before Tarot, and then we're going to get After Tarot. So that's the scene immediately after the scene depicted on the Rider-Waite-Smith, or in their case the Radiant Weiss Tarot, which is the one that came with their second mailing, the second issue of the magazine, as a study deck. So that'll be interesting. We have the 10 of Cups, and then we have the 10 of Wands for our Golden Art Nouveau Tarot collection. Tuck box. And what are the magazines going to talk about? Let's learn about elemental dignities. Okay. And the card in detail will be the 2 of Pentacles. And in this one, all about interpreting dreams, and we'll have the 3 of Pentacles as the card in detail. So, yeah. That looks like it's going to be quite an interesting deck, that After Tarot. Alrighty, so that is the latest mailing of Total Tarot magazine, issues 36 and 37, with tarot of the 78 doors and the 2 cards from the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. So I hope you enjoyed that little first look. I don't know if anyone else is actually collecting these that's watching these videos, but you know, it actually gives you an informed decision whether or not it's something you're interested in acquiring yourself. So I think that's always useful, and it's a reason that I actually do this, is to give you an insight into what's actually included, and if it's something that you'd want yourself, or maybe not. Anyway, choice is yours. I choose to have it, even though I actually already have quite a few of the decks that have come along with the magazine. I'm just really interested in the way it's all being portrayed, and all the articles in the magazine. I think the articles in the magazine are really useful, actually. I don't always agree with the way they talk about it, the way they use tarot isn't always the same way that I do, to be fair, but it's really interesting to always see a different point of view, and whether or not that works for you, that's another informed decision, isn't it? It's like, oh, could I do it that way? Well, I'll try, I'll give it a go, let's see how that works, and I'll either incorporate it into my practice or I'll leave it to one side. And yeah, again, informed decisions. So I like that. Anyway, once again, thank you so much for being here and watching my video, and until the next time, bye friends.